Good morning, my children, and welcome to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. Now, before we start with the next topic, before we start with the review, let's go back into yesterday's video to see if you remember certain things. First of all, do you remember the word addition? What does it mean? Remember the word addition in Spanish, sumas. And for this, we had two symbols. We had the plus symbol, okay, más, el símbolo más, very good, and the equal symbol, igual, or result, okay? Remember, it's the result. When we complete the mathematical operation, we put the result of it. Now, what about subtractions? The word subtraction, what is it? Resta, okay? And again, we had two symbols. We had the minus symbol, which in Spanish means el símbolo menos, and of course, once again, the equal symbol, which are basically two hyphens, dos guiones, and means igual or result. Very good. Now, today we are going to start with a very interesting topic, which is called the clock. Now remember, clock in Spanish means reloj. And we have three types of clocks that are the most common or the most important. The first one, remember, is the clock. But before we get into all of this, let's see the primary function, let's see characteristics of these objects. The prime function of our clock is to what? La función principal de un reloj, ¿para qué creen que, cuál creen que sea? ¿Para qué creen que sirve un reloj? Ah, very good. To mention the time, to see or to say the time. What time is it? For example, if it's 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and a clock is it's an object that is going to be useful for us to mention the time. Recuerden que el reloj pues es un objeto que nosotros vamos a requerir, ¿ok? Lo vamos a ocupar para que de esa forma podamos tanto nosotros ver la hora como para decir la hora a una persona adicional, ¿ok? Very good, excellent. Now, let's get back into the topic. Now, like I mentioned it, we have three types of clocks, okay? The first one is a properly named clock, and it's the one that is located on the wall, okay? It's the one that goes stick in the wall. Es el que nosotros colocamos en la pared, okay? Normally, a clock this size, un reloj de este tamaño, it's big. It's big, so all of us can see it. Para que pues todos los que estamos en casita lo podamos ver. Okay, and this type of clocks once again goes into a wall, and we can find it in bedrooms, in the kitchen, or in the living room. Okay, este tipo de relojes los podemos encontrar en una recámara, en un cuarto, en la cocina o en la sala. Okay, very good. So we have the clock. The second one, which is right here in the middle, it's called the watch. Now remember, the watch is one that goes in the hand, or more specifically in the wrist. Es el que va en nuestra muñeca. Muñeca in Spanish, talking about parts of the body, hablando de las partes del cuerpo, not muñeca of the doll, no me refiero a la muñeca doll, talking about parts of the body. This part is called muñeca in Spanish, y with the teacher Jacob, it's called the wrist. Wrist, muñeca, the watch goes here in the wrist, okay? So, because it goes here next to the hand, como va al lado de la mano, pues es de tamaño más pequeño, like the clock. So, the watch is small, okay? It's practically for one person, es para una persona, uso de una sola persona, okay? Very good. And finally, we have the smartwatch. Now the smartwatch, once again, goes on the wrist, but there is a difference between a regular watch and the smartwatch. Aunque los dos, ambos van en la muñeca, ambos los colocamos aquí, hay una diferencia, hay una gran diferencia entre los dos. ¿Cuál creen ustedes que sea esa diferencia? What do you think is the difference? ¿Cuál creen que sea la diferencia between a watch, a regular watch, entre un reloj de mano normal y un smartwatch? Okay, y un reloj inteligente. What do you think is the difference? Okay, okay, another one, otro por ahí. Okay, excellent. Very good, okay. All of your answers were correct, okay? Todas sus respuestas fueron correctas. Now I'm going to mix them up. I'm going to concentrate and I'm going to tell you my own perspective, okay? Now the difference between the watch and the smartwatch is that with this, we're only going to check the hour, the time. It's only to give us the time. Únicamente sirve para darnos la hora, and that's it. And in case of the smartwatch, we can send messages, we can, in some occasions, watch videos through YouTube, and in some occasions, we can play video games, okay? And in some occasions, we can listen to music, and of course, it gives us the time, okay? Con el reloj inteligente, como un celular, podemos ver videos, podemos mandar mensajes, podemos jugar en algunos casos y obviamente pues nos va a dar la hora. In the regular watch, en el reloj normal, we are only going to have the characteristic of the time. Únicamente nos va a dar la hora. Esa es la gran diferencia. So that's why we included here as part of different clocks. Por eso smartwatch también lo incluye aquí como diferentes tipos de relojes que existen, porque ya es muy común que muchos de ustedes a lo mejor, o conocidos de ustedes, pues ya tengan un reloj inteligente. Very good. So, before we finish the class, my children, let's check one more time the vocabulary of today. Because tomorrow, speaking about watches or clocks, hablando de relojes, el día de mañana, we're going to start with the review of the time. Vamos a empezar con el repaso de la hora. Okay? Very good. So, repeat after me. The teacher says it first, then you are going to repeat it. Clock. Okay, very good. Remember, the clock is the one that goes on the wall. Recuerden que es el que colocamos en la pared, and of course is big, es grande. Next to is watch. Remember, the watch is the one that goes on the wrist, el que colocamos en la muñeca. And finally, smartwatch. El reloj inteligente, again, goes on the wrist. De nueva cuenta, recuerden, va en la muñequita. Very good. So that's it for today, my children. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care. Goodbye.